broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey! Soon as you came in the door, I just wanna chill.
I wish I knew the lyrics.
Me too.
But I love this song.
Hey,
Ow, 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 ow. Hey. What's up, AfterBuzzers? It's your girl Corrinne filling in for our lovely Jessie and Corrinne. But without further ado, we do have. Who are you?
My name is English, and I'm your trap queen for the day.
Trap Queen's in the house. Yes, we're at season 7, episode 20.
I can't believe we've been here 20 times doing this
Zen
episode.
to sin.
I get high with my
Hey,
baby.
what? Hey, turn up.
Fly with
What? Hey. I love that song.
So do
I don't know any of the words, what it's about. I just like the fact that he sings.
Yeah.
Like he talks. That's how I am. I sing talk.
And I always feel like my alter ego is like
a trap queen?
A trap queen. So
what the hell is a trap queen?
He's saying all the things. He gets fly with his baby. He gets high with his baby. He's even in the kitchen cooking pies with his baby.
Oh, she hood with her baby.
Right. In the trap. So I'm like, I want to be in the trap.
I don't know what the trap is. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
You guys have traps.
We don't have traps.
How much you want to bet?
I mean, well, I don't know where they are.
The south side of every place has a trap.
Probably.
South Central, South Chicago.
We don't have a South Central in Seattle.
What is your south side? South Seattle?
The south end. Oh, actually, Tacoma, Washington, it's pretty trappy.
Is it southern?
Shade, all shade.
Seattle?
Yeah, it's south. It's real south. Like about 45 minutes away from Seattle.
Yeah, it gets scary. Like when Fat Joe says, pull your jeans string down south, ow. Down south is scary down there too for some people.
Oh, I just thought it was like, hey, let me see.
Well,
pull your G string. Anyway.
Yeah, but he says down south. South can be scary. The southern region of everywhere is scary.
Well, whatevs. Anyways,
love the South, though.
Let's just move right on into this episode. So we'll just start off with the also very boring conversation that Kenya and Claudia and Cynthia had.
Right.
Now, first of all, now they have 30 minutes to go. Kenya wants to be swimming in the pool with her hair all dripping wet.
Right.
I don't even know if she's packed or anything, but then she gets out and she's gallivanting in her beautiful room and she's like, oh, I have fruit. Why don't you guys try some? They want to have a long, in-depth conversation about the night before. So basically for us last week, the recap and how Claudia and Cynthia were so proud of Kenya for like composing herself and staying a woman.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I think that...
Go to bed. Just go to bed.
Exactly.
I was so over it.
I'm just tired of everyone being everyone's like cheerleader. If you feel confident in what you did, then you roll with it. Like, I don't understand why it's like you have to validate me to make me feel like I did a good job or I'm, coming off zen or peaceful and all of that. It's silly.
Boo whack-tastic. My only issue with that is Claudia. You weren't there last season. You just became friends with Cynthia. Kenya. So you don't really know the backstory of why this hatred that Phaedra possibly has for Kenya even exists.
It's very one-sided.
It is.
You're taking someone else's information, you're believing them and running with it when you're not naturally friends with Phaedra, so you don't hear both sides of the story. and just have a mutual, and you don't have an opinion.
You shouldn't have an opinion.
You shouldn't have an opinion. You just got here. Like, you're a newborn baby.
You're an infant.
Right. Like, infants don't have an opinion.
So, moving on. Like, let's just get into more better and brighter things. So, let's switch to New York. Now, with Nene, she goes to check out her costumes. What, do you have something on the chat room?
Jesse's in the chat room.
What is he saying?
I know everyone's asking where Jesse's at. I didn't want to tell you guys, but he's in there letting you guys know. He said, "Hey guys, sorry I didn't make the taping. Bitches robbed my car for parts. Hashtag shade." That's quote.
In
Jesse.
quote.
Yeah, in quote, Jesse. But he will be at Love and Hip Hop New York. So he bounces back like we all do, honey. Thank you. See you soon, Jesse.
That's a trap queen right there.
Right, he's the trap queen of the day.
So, moving on into, now it's Nene. She goes to get fitted for her lovely costumes.
Right, her drapes.
I like these costumes. I thought they looked good on her.
It's a lot.
She says it, but what I thought was so funny is when she is getting out the car, she's walking obviously faster than Greg because her legs are longer.
Right.
And Greg's like, "Hey, you're not gonna wait for me." He's all like patting behind her. I was like, "Oh." So anyways, they get in there. And she meets William, I forget his last name, and, she's just trying on the outfits and everything. And then he says, "Oh, Nene, why don't you twirl?"
Right.
And
long word.
She was about to, and then she goes, "Oh, pull it back, hold up."
Right.
I'm like, come on, how petty is that, though? What did you think about that?
I think she doesn't really have an episode, so she had to have some kind of shade. Nene will not be on an episode without throwing shade.
Well, they throw shade at Nene, so I think that she kind of has to.
She has to, but she just needs to come to a common ground with him. Like, not every week you guys there needs to be an argument.
I think she has a common ground, and she doesn't give a bleep. That's her common ground.
But she's not trying to understand these people. She's
well,
not
would
trying.
you, if you're over it? She's moved on mentally.
But she wants to tell everybody else what they do, but she doesn't want to hear what she might affect them or how they may feel. She feels like, I don't want to hear any of that, which is not right. If you want to quote be friends or have a counseling or all this stuff, and you bring these people together, and then you don't want to hear when someone has to say anything bad about you.
I think she doesn't care.
Well,
and I'm not mad at it.
Bring people together. I love Nene.
Well, I think the intent was good, but that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're in the shop, and this is just how cute I think Greg and Nene are. So they're sitting here and going over the costume, and we should judge this and judge that, and then William zips up the rest of Nene's outfit, and then Greg's like, "Oh yeah, you did that. Baby got back," and he tries to smack her booty, and then they go into a full-fledged twerk session. It goes down to the ground, and I was like, wow, how ethnic of them, because
urban.
William, how urban.
Don't say urban, but we had to bring Urban back. She decided to come back this week. Hi,
and
Urban.
William is just sitting there like, oh my, clutch. Honey, is this what they're doing with this fabric that I got from Milan? I can't.
Right.
Hashtag blacks down. Do it. I can't. So,
Black lives matter, though. Black lives really do matter. But what? It was funny because I saw the remake of Cinderella, the live.
You saw the movie?
Yeah, I saw the
Walt
movie.
Disney movie?
And it was really good. I love Disney movies. I like how they make it a little bit more modern. But I couldn't help but keep thinking, I'm like, Nene cannot play this role. I kept thinking as Nene as a fairy godmother, and I'm like, it just doesn't work in my mind.
You didn't see the connection?
No, I kept trying to put her face on the woman that played the role's face, and I'm like, I can't.
Well, I think it's two different productions, though. One is live. This is theater. And then one is just, I'm going to the movies.
She definitely should have played the evil stepmother. She would have killed that role, I'm sure. It's naturally Nene. I feel like Nene is trying to be fairy godmother and nice and loving and magical when that's not Nene. And she only knows, like we talked about last week, she only knows how to play herself.
Well, she said, and I quote, that she's not concerned about her lines. She's more so concerned about blocking and then, the switching of these heavy costumes, etc., because they're, very hard to move around in. But one thing I will say, and I got a little emotional too when I saw this side of Nene, she had her the wedding gown on, and she just was sitting there, and William says whatever to her, like, oh, I hope this brings you confidence and everything, and she starts getting teary-eyed, and she's just like, I came from the strip of poles to TV to now Broadway.
Right.
My dreams still come true. I thought that was really cute. I was like, oh, go Nene.
Someone said, Cinderella.
Yes, chat roll.
Right.
Keep them coming. So now we're switching gears and we are back in the Philippines with the fun girls. We're gonna call them
Thrilla and Manila.
Yeah, because I can't say that. But let's see. They take a bus ride up to ride some horses, basically. And what was so
miniature horses.
I called them little horses on the prairie, like My Little Ponies. I was like, oh, these are live My Little Ponies,
right?
Without the rainbow hair. But on the bus, this is why I live for Portia, and I just want her to come back full force and like hold a peach again, because she can get turned so quickly over absolutely nothing. These heifers had a twerk off between Portia and Demetria on the bus, and Candy says that because Portia's booty was so big that she was the winner, but Demetria had better dance technique. What do you think?
I think Demetria is a performer, so she knows how to bring it. She knows how to make her booty, throw it in a circle a little bit more than Portia, because Portia's just like...
She was on that video.
Yeah. Oh,
what it is, yo? What's up?
Well, I mean, that's not really technique. That's just like twerking your booty. I
think I could do it. Yeah. I think I could beat them both, actually.
Anybody could do a music video.
Oh, that was
I did a music video on the beach yesterday for my birthday. I really did. I made me and my sister do a choreograph.
Were you acting like a trap queen?
Well, I had a portion where we did, I think, what was the song? We did Beyonce, Flawless, and then I was like, then I had like a twerk session. And my dad was like, why did you have to put twerking in it?
Was your dad there?
Yes.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
He was recording it.
Oh, good googly moogly.
I know.
He did not record.
We'll put it up next week for you.
Oh, bless it. Everybody follow at Pink English on Instagram.
Right, it'll probably be on my Instagram in a couple of hours once I leave.
So how do you think you're twerking compared to Portia's and Demetria's?
I would say I'm totally like in the upper echelon of twerkers. I feel like I have a lot to twerk with, so I just use it to my best ability. I am a trap queen.
I can't. But this is where the shade comes in. And see, I ride so hard for Phaedra that sometimes I just get so disappointed when she says comments like this. And this is a loose quote, so if y'all know the exact quote, help me out here. Basically, she, after, they're having fun watching each other twerk, and then she goes in her little confessional, oh, every girl who has a big behind does know how to twerk, but I like to do things that are for mental stimulation. In the loose quote there. And I'm like, really, girl? And then they cut to the scene of her saying, I would like to see where the little people are.
And then she loves strippers.
And I'm just
like midget strippers at that.
That's what I'm saying. Little people.
Yeah.
So it's just like, come on, Phaedra.
Like,
you're not better than anybody just because you're not shaking your tail feather.
And even though you are educated, I mean, we're educated. We're both very educated, and we like to twerk sometimes. Everyone has a twerk in them. Shut up.
I'm pulled up, honey.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We were twerking at the Christmas party. Don't
you
get me
say
started.
Hello.
Don't put on Lil Boosie. Excuse me?
Gotta live. Nonetheless. So yeah, I was just like, whatever. But then here goes Shady Cynthia. She is the shade queen this season.
Yes.
And then she goes to Miss Faye. Oh, really, Phaedra? You like little people? But yeah, of course. Because you're a little person yourself. And then Phaedra goes, actually, I'm 5 feet. And you have to be 4'9" in order to be considered a little person.
I think
Phaedra, go to sleep.
I think once we recap this whole season and then we get to the reunion portion, we're gonna see that this whole time Cynthia was the division
the
starter.
Instigator of everything.
Because she like makes
Cynthia.
all these little remarks and comments, but I honestly think that she has like a mic in her ear and the producers are telling her what to say.
Of course she does.
Because naturally she doesn't know.
They were like, do you want to stay on for next season? Because you've been boring all up until now.
Right.
Up until the demise of you and Nene's friendship. This is the only relevancy that you do have, ma'am. Shade. Anyways, and so of course, you know, they can't have one peaceful day without bringing up Miss Lanathia Leaks. And who does it? Candy, because she's a hater. Candy says, oh, don't y'all notice how different it is without Nene?
Which they say every time she's not there, which is silly. It's like, we get it. You guys, Nene does start a lot of mess. We all know that.
I don't think she starts mess.
She
just helps them out when they try to come for her. She gives us something to watch.
But if she acts nice, then the next time she sees them, she'll be completely rude to them.
Yeah.
And so
maybe she's on her cycle that day.
Very confusing. I would say Nene's very confused.
Maybe she's just on her cycle the times that she sees them. Okay. Thank you.
Well, how old is Nene?
It doesn't matter.
She probably doesn't have a cycle anymore.
She does. Shots fired. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Anyway, so these heifers get to the place where there are some horses. And like we said, these are like some miniature sized horses. Like my niece, who's like 7, you know.
They're just like what Portia
like
or
ponies.
Phaedra likes.
Right.
Mini.
But what I thought was so funny, let's talk about Cynthia's horse was like a little erratic and she got afraid and like hopped off. And then come to find out, Phaedra's the one who tried to help relax her and calm her down and tried to explain why the horse was acting erratic with her.
Why was it acting
I don't know, girl.
Is it feeding off of her spirit? What is it feeding off of?
I do not even know.
Peter sending some voodoo vibes all the way to Manila?
I do not know. Nonetheless, then this is where real shade happens. So Kenya gets on her little My Little Pony, and then Cynthia's like, "Oh, Kenya, you're looking kind of lopsided," and then cut to Candy saying, and I quote, "Oh, you mean her booty's looking lopsided?"
Right. Which Jesse did say last week that it did. So I guess the horse just brought out more of compared to a horse's butt and then Kenya's butt, I mean, horse got booty. Horsey booty.
She has booty.
But it's not real. And it's lumpy. You can't form like...
I think it's not. It doesn't look lumpy anymore.
You don't?
No, what y'all think? You think it look lumpy? I don't think so.
Let's see what they're saying.
I don't think it looks lumpy.
I'll let you know what they say. They haven't
don't.
sent me. Let us know. Do you think that Kenya's butt is lumpy?
And then we have Portia. Now, this is why I just live for her so much. Like, I have a love-hate with her, and today it was just all love. So they get to the horses, and this heifer has on a bikini top and lace booty shorts while riding up a massive hill all the way up to a volcano. Who in their right mind will be basically skinless, nude on a horse like that?
I feel like Portia always feels like she's performing. She has to come out with her hair. Like, she's just everything. I love her.
I live. Yeah, so they get up to the top of the volcano, the top of the hill to see the volcano, and she's posing for these pictures, Portia that is, and she's all posing, and Phaedra's like, look at the princess of Scotland. But I love that Portia could take a punch. Like, I loved it. I just fell all the way out. And then, of course, when they're up there, the guide on the tour wants them to hit balls, golf balls that is, into the water. And then, of course, they all have, like, giggles and side commentary to say about that. Portia's was, I can do a lot of things with balls. Right. I am the princess of Thoughtlandia. I can hide the balls. I can magically make them disappear.
No!
Yes! I said, yes, Portia, teach me those tricks.
Oh, gosh.
So I thought that was absolutely great. And then Portia's
horse.
Other comment. She was like, my horse has a good textured hair,
Right.
good nice weave, so we match. We're doing real good. I thought that
She's
was
her
hilarious.
biggest cheerleader.
She is, and I love.
Because then it's like you
I
can't
love
say
it.
anything bad about it because you're just like, whatever. Because if you try to
'Cause
say
it's the
anything mean, she's just going to be like, I don't care. My horse has better hair than yours.
She's going to be like, do you want some gummy bears?
Right.
Pull them out of her Balenciaga bag. Here you go.
Right.
So I thought that was really, really funny. Moving on. Let's see. I said they hit the balls, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so coming down the hill. Now, maybe I was asleep during this part of the episode, but apparently Phaedra got all this information about her guide's life. She found out that the woman who was help guiding her on the tour, that her husband was killed last year, and that she was a mother of 5 children.
Right. The struggle.
I said, well, where was this?
Right.
We didn't see that. Did you see it? Did you see that? I was like, oh, this is cute. And she said that she told her about her husband going to jail. I was like, these are 2 completely scenarios. Jail.
Or losing.
Death. Jail. Death. I can't see an equilibrium.
I feel like
help me out here.
I feel like Phaedra would feel the same exact way if Apollo died as she feels as he went
or
to
if
jail.
he was just a deadbeat daddy, like knocked her up and then split.
Yeah. Or she feels the same way if he died or went to jail. Like they're equal.
Died, jail, died. And she was like, yeah, she said really nice things to the woman. I honestly don't think the woman knew half of anything she was saying. So I was just.
But it's just like how last week, how Claudia was trying to compare her divorce or her situation to Phaedra. And Phaedra's like, no, like, I'm not about to have this
She's like, girl, bye. But yeah, so nonetheless, she gave the lady some money and gave her a hug, and the lady was just like, that's the face. Right. So anyways, let's move on into the most interesting part of the entire episode, which is the meetup between
Phaedra,
Lady Faye, and Twisted Booty Kenya.
Right, because everyone in the comments, no one has said that they believe her butt it's real. Everyone has said that her butt is lumpy. Kenya has breast enhancements. Just look at her old Miss USA pictures.
She got her nose done too, because old Miss USA, she had a black nose.
And someone says she got her teeth done a few times. I know she has colored contacts.
Well, that's obvious.
Kenya's booty looks lumpy coming out of the pool, said Benson Olivia. Everyone has pretty much said the same thing.
Okay.
So yeah, Kenya, you're going to need to probably come to Beverly Hills and get your butt done, because those Atlanta doctors aren't serving you up some...
Oh.
She's probably going to the trap. That's the issue.
Hello. Okay, so now gearing up for the conversation, I'm going to call it the communion service between frickin' Phaedra and Kenya.
It was literally a skit.
Well, let's start off with the first part of this. I'm not going to call it a skit yet.
Okay.
But the first part, when Lady Faye calls Apostle. Remember him?
Yes.
He came in and prayed for the house.
Him and his wife.
She calls him because she wants to make sure, and I'm quoting here, that she maintains her character when she is speaking. She wants to speak wise.
Right.
Like the wise virgin, because she doesn't want to turn up and repent later.
Oh gosh, I don't even want to say what I want to say.
Say it.
No. I don't want to say that about Phaedra.
So nonetheless, the apostle, he just says, number 1, let her know you don't have anything malicious against her in your heart. Okay? Number 2, agree quickly with your adversaries. Don't go in there arguing, going back and forth. Just agree. 3, every tongue wild up against you, Phaedra, in judgment shall be condemned. And hallelujah, they get off the phone.
Unless it's true.
Ooh, shots fired,
Like,
English.
come on, Pastor. Don't make her seem like she's so right. There's just like any story. There's two sides to it. You can't just take because Phaedra's paying you. You can't just and Bravo may have thrown you a few extra
Come on,
$100.
coins. Yes.
You don't need to be picking a side. You're hearing one side, so you can't say that Kenya is going to be condemned because she's throwing shade or fire at you.
Ooh.
Ooh, I don't want.
Well, nonetheless.
No deacon.
No apostle. So, I mean, let's just get into it. What did you think about their conversation? Do you think that it was real? Do you think it was fake? Who won the Academy Award? Who won the Emmy? Who's, like what are your thoughts about it? Because there was so much going on in it. I love the fact that Phaedra was going to start and she just bear with me and then takes like 20 minutes to actually begin to talk to Kenya.
Right.
If I was Kenya, I just would have been like, you know what? It's cool.
But I honestly
Bye-bye.
think Kenya, she likes a scene.
Of course.
So she's going to stay for the drama no matter how long Phaedra takes to sip her water and drink her tea, which I think it was a whole skit, like I said. Really quick, someone just said Kenya's butt was a very urban job, which is hilarious.
Okay, that wasn't so funny to me. But anyways, I just think what I found to be so interesting was I forgot that when Kenya first came on the scene that they actually were friends.
Yes, that
or were building
flashback
a
was-
friendship.
Yes.
I really forgot all about that.
Sisterhood over ice cream.
Over ice cream, and they clank the ice cream, the little scoops. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
But then cut to a few scenes later.
It didn't
when
take long.
Kenya was like, "Ooh, Apollo, he kind of fine." Yeah, y'all remember that.
Well, it seems like everyone that's friends with Kenya, they're friends, and then like after 3 episodes, she does something to ruin the relationship.
Because she's might be a little shady, or they're editing her to be shady. So, I mean, that was real. These tears that they both were shedding with one another.
So Phaedra said, when we first met, we had that toast to whatever, and then we were friends, and then I just feel like hurt people. At that time, Kenya, I was hurting, and Kenya's like, well, you know what? I really didn't like the fact that you kept calling me whores, like whore.
Because
whore
you
here,
slept
whore
with
there.
her husband, allegedly.
Exactly. And she's just so emotional, and she feels like that was damaging her character and damaging and destroying her name. Well,
No one knew her.
that's just like, but we've discussed this before, and I don't even understand why we're still in this season talking about it, because that's just like if someone calls you the B word. Like, if you're not that, then why do you believe it? You're like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words, they never hurt me. Like, hello? Like,
The words do hurt.
they do hurt, but why do you have to, like, drag it into this whole scenario?
Because she doesn't have a storyline. Remember last season, Apollo said he gave her a storyline, and we're carrying it on into season 7.
So Kenya needs to give Apollo some of her check.
when he gets out in 7 years.
Or she needs to put some money on his books.
Maybe she does. But these words that Phaedra called her, I'm not going to say they were comical,
What?
but they took me back.
What, whore?
Kenya poor whore. Kenya more whore. Wilted up slut.
Trifling.
Trifling.
That's my favorite word.
Ooh, Phaedra, you that would cut me.
She didn't call Apostle to.
No, that would cut me though. So I understand if these are real tears from Kenya, why she was crying like that.
Right.
But let's talk about when they went on and on.
Phaedra was very transparent to a fake degree. She said, "This is a new door, Kenya. We really just need to
Move on."
Phaedra's like, "I sincerely apologize for calling you a whore. That is
was
what
nice.
you're mad about. I'm sorry for calling you a whore. But at the end of the day, Kenya, we're on two separate planets. I'm over here struggling, and she's like,
I'm a mother of two children. My marriage is over.
Yeah.
My husband's in jail. I'm publicly embarrassed because of this, and you still want to be talking about this name that I called you?
And she said in the most polite way, it's not about you, Kenya. Like, it's not about you anymore.
Yeah.
But Kenya can't accept her apology because she wants her to
believe that she wasn't lying.
Right, which we all know that if Apollo can steal, if a man, what does the Bible say? And if the apostle is true, he knows if a man will cheat, he will steal. If he steals, he will kill. And he's on that road and journey. Okay, so he did it.
So who do you think the award goes to?
I think
Kenya or Phaedra?
Phaedra, because she's going to vet information out of
But wait
Kenya.
1 second. I cannot close this episode out without Phaedra saying, well, do you want to come to church with me on Sunday?
And
trumped up by Kenya, who says, well, let's just pray right now.
She fed into it.
I said, oh, these heifers using the Lord for this garbage.
Right, not my God.
I can't. Then cut to the end of the scene where the girls, they are leaving the Philippines. They have their last dinner. And, I mean, or lunch, breakfast. I don't even know what time it was over there. But they had their last supper, basically, in the Philippines. And, of course, everyone says,
it's so peaceful.
has anyone spoken to Nene?
Of course.
Well, Claudia, why don't you call her? Because you're so concerned about what's going on with the Nene, okay? And I hated Phaedra's glasses. She looked like Where's Waldo's cousin. Just saying.
Everyone else was dressed in ball gowns, and Candy Riley must have dressed her, or Todd must have dressed her. Silly.
Oh, gosh. Well, I guess she's dressed like that, A, because it's comfortable, B, because she's married, and she's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I got my man at home.
Yeah, but dress up a little.
But maybe that's her fashion. Anyways.
She's too grown to dress like from Forever 21.
I can't. Okay, let's just move right on into predictions. So it's time for these predictions.
Now, AFTERBUZZ TV.
Predictions. I'm reading all of you guys in the chat.
So I just have so many concerns about next week. Like, number one, we have Phaedra that will, what is she going to be? Like the guest host in the men's rally?
Well, she's doing like a million man march.
I feel like this should have happened prior to Apollo going to jail.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the wrong spokesperson for right now.
Right, because you slept with him in the trap on a air mattress.
No, not because of that. Just because of the circumstances surrounding her.
Well, I guess she could say, like, don't make the mistakes I made.
Oh, okay. That's
so
a
maybe
good
she's
spin.
doing that. And then it looks like the girls are there helping feed the people in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So Nene made her guest appearance.
And I loved it. Her Louboutins were nice.
Right.
Very
and
high.
she brought Greg.
Her bodyguard, yes.
Right. And she came in with realness and shade queen.
No, she did not come in with shade. I'm curious to see why Claudia was so pressed to be running up on Nene the way in which she did.
Well, you know, Nene probably walked in and didn't want to talk to anybody.
So what?
Then this is a charity event. It should come from a peaceful heart.
She is peaceful.
By not
just
talking?
because you're peaceful. Yeah, you don't have to go in and, oh, hey, girl, kiss, kiss, hug, hug.
No, just say hi.
You don't have to do that. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I bet she said hi in probably a very dry way. And then thirsty, Cynthia. Yeah, Nene, do you think that your time that you had us with, what's his name? Dr. whoever, Dr. Jeff, was well spent?
She was coming very harsh at her, but we'll see, because you know how sometimes Bravo trumps it up.
Yeah.
And then when we see the scene, we're like,
it's nothing.
This is not how that you guys portrayed it.
All I have to say is I do not want Claudia to run up on Lanithia the way in which she has. Because I don't think
she ready for it.
It's just not a good look.
No, baby.
It's just not a good look.
You think your toes look jacked up now?
I know that Claudia can read down with the best of them, but
she can't hang.
Just stand to the side.
Yeah.
And that is our show.
We don't have any predictions or we don't have any news and gossip.
No, I don't have any news. There was a picture of
Candy.
Greg.
Oh, and Candy and
go ahead, say it.
Candy and Todd renewed their vows in Paris yesterday. It's been one whole year. They were married on my birthday. Like, what the heck? That's weird.
It's been 1 whole year.
1 whole year. They're already having...
Do we have pictures of their vow renewal?
Yeah, they're in Paris. They even put a lock on...
Oh, that's so
not
cute.
Not a vow renewal, but they were celebrating their anniversary. Yeah, they put a lock on the lock bridge in Paris, and they seemed like they were having a good time.
Okay.
Todd's along with the actors, too.
I can't. So that is our time for now. Now, Pink English, where can everyone find you?
Like she said, on Instagram at Pink English, as well as on Twitter, English Speaks.
And y'all can check me out on Twitter at JustSaying08 and Instagram, JustSaying1908. That's our time for now. Peace.
See you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.